When you try to quit an addiction, your brain goes into a panic. You try your very hardest to quit your addiction, but you find that you still need that cigarette or drink. There is a reason why you find yourself dealing with strong cravings when you are attempting to quit. Addiction exploits the mechanisms our brain has developed to enable us to survive. The brain actually thinks it needs it. We live in a day of plenty, and the getting is always good. Our ancient ancestors did not live during a time where abundant rewards such as food was immediately available. Nor did they live in an age where junk food is scientifically modified to be the most palatable. The widely available and abundant sources of junk food, porn, credit cards, and chemical substances at our disposal tells our brain that the getting is good, explaining why our natural inclination is to overeat, overuse, overspend, and overdrink. If you abruptly try to quit your addiction, your brain will go into a frenzied state. Abruptly quitting evokes your brain to make a last-ditch effort for your drug of choice. This is largely because conditioning has occurred. If you want to know how to stop addiction in its tracks, you must learn this key element. Conditioning is the shaping of an organism's behavior through environmental interaction. B.F. Skinner, a behavioral psychologist, demonstrated this principle. When experimenting with animals, he built up a chain of behaviors through reinforcement. This is how dolphins at SeaWorld are trained to swim around the tank and jump through hoops in a complex behavior to get a treat. And in some experiments, some animals will press a lever several hundred times for just one single dose of their drug. Addicts are continually conditioned to obtain their drug of choice. And in some cases, an addict will go through a lot of work to get it. For example, when a smoker realizes that he must run to the gas station to get that cigarette, this requires him to complete a complicated sequence of behaviors as well. He has to put on his coat, then his shoes, locate his wallet and keys. He walks outside, hops into his car, and drives 5 miles. The addict goes through this whole process to ensure that he has his drug of choice. But if the drug is no longer available, and if both humans and animals are no longer rewarded for their behavior, then they stop engaging in it. This is called extinction. Extinction is when a reward is removed. During this time, an extinction burst happens. An extinction burst is a temporary increase of behavioral responses in an effort to get that reward. For example, parents are often told to ignore their kids when they cry. When a child cries in his crib, the mother's natural inclination is to go and hold the child and comfort him. What this does is strengthens the child's probability of crying in the future. But when a parent abruptly stops giving in to the child's attention, their cries become loudest. This is because they are going through an extinction burst. The parents know that it is best for the child, but the child's heart-wrenching cries and screams for attention are extremely difficult to ignore. Similarly, when you try to break your pattern of addiction, this is when your brain's urges and cravings become the loudest. Like the child, your brain wants to have a tantrum. You may get seemingly uncontrollable and intrusive thoughts and urges to use your drug. You may want to pull your hair out, slam doors, or kick the neighbor's cat. But just you wait, everything will be fine, because you are experiencing an extinction burst. Click to subscribe, or click the link below this video for more information.